It's hard to call, and I'm just getting the updates that you all are because I've been in the studio, so I haven't heard Kavanaugh's side of this yet today. But Christine Blasey Ford had a really good morning. Maybe good's the wrong term, but she did very well. She presented herself very well. She sounds very credible, and she came out extraordinarily forcefully saying, you know, there's a 100% chance I know who did this. There's no question here. It sounds like while we're doing this interview right now, Kavanaugh is saying the exact opposite, that there's a 100% chance it was not me. I know that I messed up maybe a little bit in high school, but I also know that I did not do this.
Yeah, he calls it a circus. Stephanie, what, if anything, does this mean for the Trump policy agenda and financial markets?
Yeah, I think, you know, for investors, why this even matters is, in my opinion, what it means for the election. I think that if Kavanaugh cannot be confirmed, so if the Judiciary Committee vote tomorrow gets delayed, or if in the end Kavanaugh is forced to remove himself from consideration, or he just outright fails, I think that really puts the election in jeopardy. And I think that that really matters to investors, because I think so it's the hype view that the House is going to flip to a Democratic control, but right now we think that the Senate remains under Republican control. If the Senate becomes in play because of frustration and anger and sort of politically motivated voters around this Supreme Court nomination, if the Democrats take control of the Senate, I think it portends poorly for the Trump administration's agenda that investors have really valued. The era of deregulation is probably going to come to a screeching halt. I think that, you know, impeachment proceedings in the House and potentially even conviction being on the table in the Senate goes up dramatically. And so I think the business environment really starts to change much more dramatically than folks are anticipating right now.
But going back, Stephanie, to Mr. Kavanaugh's confirmation or not, and that impact on the midterms. Are you saying that if he does get confirmed to the Supreme Court, that it helps the Republicans' case for the midterms or hurts them?
I think it's pretty clear at this point that that Kavanaugh's nomination specifically has become a very, very political event. If he is confirmed, I'm already seeing a lot of conversation around what could Democrats do potentially to impeach Kavanaugh. But I don't necessarily know, you know, if he gets confirmed and seated, if that right now, if the heightened politics right now really will translate to a major shift in who shows up at the polls in 6 weeks for the elections. I do think a vacant seat, I think that Democrats feeling like they would have a say in who a Supreme Court justice would be due to a seat that it will remain open would actually motivate potentially more Democratic voters to the polls.